What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another break on this Sunday evening. Right now, we've got our 2024 Panini Flawless Baseball single box number one random teams. I'm going to go ahead and get this shared over to the group, get everybody tagged, and we will go ahead and get started. James, having a hard time tagging again. If you go by something else on Facebook, let me know and I'll get that tag added. Same thing, John Paul, having a hard time tagging. If you go by something else on Facebook, let me know. We will get that tag added. Otherwise, we got those tags in there. Go ahead and crack open this case, get our briefcase out, and then we will go ahead and hop into our browser and get the names and teams randomed. We will be randoming the briefcase. So I know we don't always do that with Floss, but we will be doing random the briefcase at the end of the break. Got our gorgeous briefcase there. That turned up on the brightness a little bit. All right, let's hop into our browsers, get the names and teams randomed. Got the names here first. John Paul on top, Marty on the bottom. 30 entries. Going to roll the dice. Anything less than 4, we roll again. Got a 3, so we got to roll again. Got a 6, so we're good there. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Brandon White on top. Marty Cook on the bottom. Going to go ahead and get this reflected onto your screens. There we go. And then we've got the teams here. Arizona Diamondbacks on top. Washington Nationals on the bottom. Once again, going to roll the dice. Anything less than 4, we roll again. Got a 12, so we're good there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Detroit Tigers on top. Arizona Diamondbacks on the bottom. Going to go ahead and get this reflected onto your screen and get that trade timer started. There we go. All right. 5 minutes on the trade timer starting now. While that trade timer is ticking, I'll go ahead and get our verification codes copied and pasted into our chat. All right, there we go. Verification codes have been posted with just about 4.5 minutes left on the trade timer. Got the Braves up for trade. Steven, you don't want the Braves after they just did so well in the last break? Almost all the cards were Braves. What's up, Emmett? How are you doing? Man, Skeens would be crazy. I would love to pull a Skeens. All right, guys, just about 3 minutes left on that trade timer, getting near the halfway point here. Man, Chipper would be another cool one. That's one of my best friend's favorite players of all time. Yeah, he does. I've seen his auto quite a few times, but there's nothing wrong with that. All right. Just under 2 minutes left on the trade timer. I'm sorry, Steve. It was a random. All I did was hit a button. Maybe you could trade somebody. That's crazy. I don't know. Someone said today Ethan's becoming the new GOAT. Maybe I'm past my prime. I don't have the luck I used to have. It's all right. I always know you guys are joking. I think it's funny. I will never take anything you guys say in like a butthurt way. I think it's all hilarious. All right, guys. Last 30 seconds here. And I mean, I will say sometimes Steve doesn't have the best luck with me, but then I make up for it. So we got a love hate relationship going on. All right. Last 20 or so seconds here. Rocky's available for trade. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. All right, seeing no trades, those are going to be everybody's teams. Good luck, everybody. Like I said, we will be randoming this gorgeous briefcase at the end of the break. 24-hour stream? Maybe when you come out next. On the days I'm not getting engaged. We can do it. I'm not against it. Empty cardboard there. Well, they got a sneaky little third seal right there. I've noticed Panini's been doing that more lately. My favorite is still the WWE, but only because it looks like the Money in the Bank. Let me see if I can get this brightness up. This camera has been super finicky. There we go. All right, deal. This is a good idea. Save those two cards there for the end. Learned my lesson. First flawless break I ever did. I showed those two first because they were the ones that were visible. Empty lid there. There we go. Empty lid there. All right, starting out, we got Giovanni Rodriguez there. 12 out of 15 on the International Prospect card. Go ahead and get that one magged up. Make sure he's not assigned to a team, otherwise we will random it at the end here. Okay, he is signed to says he's currently a free agent. So we'll random that one at the end. Always have to double, triple check with unlicensed just to make sure. Really nice patch to start off. Right after that, we've got a Harry Ford here, 6 out of 20. Going over to the Mariners with the Jesus Loves You inscription. Nice one there. Definitely a more unique inscription you don't see every day. Get that one magged up here. I'm going to stop saying get that one magged up because we're magging up every card. I know, I've seen it before. I just always think it's kind of funny. I mean, not funny. Like, I'm not saying, like, laugh at it, but not many players you see do that. Let me hold up one of these cards here. I'm trying to get this exposure, not... There we go. Much better. See the next card, too. We have a Luis Baez here. 11 out of 20 for the Houston Astros. Nice one there for the Stros. And at least it means he's taken a little bit of pride in his signatures. I saw a video with Ashton Gianti today talking about how he's going to take his time with all of his autos because he cares about what the fans think. We'll see how long that lasts. Nice one there. Then we got a nice 10 out of 10 here of Javi Lopez for the Orioles. Nice little patch there as well. There we go. Nice one there for the Astros. And we've got another one here. Going to be Colt Emerson going over to the Mariners. 13 out of 20. Nice little number patch there. There we go. Man, I would love to see Larry Walker. I'm a big fan of his. All right, next up, we got one of my favorite legends here. We got a 10 out of 15 Fergie Jenkins. Nice one there for the Cubs. Always love his signatures. We got two more cards before our gems. Don't forget, we will be randoming the briefcase too, so someone will walk away with that. Got a nice big legend coming up next. This one going over to the Red Sox. We've got 11 out of 15, David Ortiz, Big Papi. Nice one there for the Red Sox. Congrats on that. I had never pulled his auto, and now in the last month I've pulled two. There we go. Nice one for the Red Sox. Congrats on that. Then we've got maybe the coolest card I have personally ever pulled. We've got a 1/1 Ernie Banks relic for the Cubs. How about that? That is crazy. Got a vintage jersey relic on the inside there. That one going over to Dan. There you go, Dan. Congrats on that one, Mr. Cub himself. Absolutely killer one there for the Cubs. Wow, as a big Cubs fan, that one is really cool in my opinion. Congrats again on that. All right, then we've got our briefcased cards here. I'm going to bring the briefcase a little bit closer. We'll go ahead and do our gems here first. First up, we got a Jacob Gonzalez there, 21 out of 25. Nice one there believe that's going to the White Sox, but I'm going to go ahead and double check really quick. That is going over to the White Sox. Nice one there for the White Sox. Out of 25. Then we've got another one to go with that Big Papi auto. We've got a Triple Crown. Pedro Martinez, 9 out of 10. How about that? Me too, Travis. That would be awesome. There we go. 9 out of 10. Going over to the Red Sox. One of an all-time greats. Congrats on that one. We got the Diamond Authenticity Guarantee there from Panini. Then we've got another card here. We've got a Prominent Swatch Signatures. 5 out of 25. Gunnar Henderson for the Orioles. Going over to Adam. There you go, Adam. Congrats on that. Really nice way to end it there. Take that Diamond Guarantee out there. Then we've got the briefcase. Got the little keys here. That'll go back in the briefcase. I just want to lift it to show the empty briefcase momentarily for you guys. Got those 3 empty spots there. Like I said, this briefcase will be randomed. Right now, we will random this briefcase, random that international prospect card, and then we will do the rest of our recap. Let me get these randoms set up real quick. All right, we got the 2 randoms set up here. We're going to hop on over. Excuse me, got the hiccups all of a sudden. Hop on over to our browser for these ones. This one's going to be for the briefcase. Got Brandon on top, Marty Cook on the bottom. Same order it is shown on your screen. Going to roll the dice. Anything less than 4, we roll again. Got a 9, so we're good there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That one going over to Steven. There you go, Steven. Getting that briefcase. Congrats on that. Let me get this written down here. Got that briefcase there for you. Hop out of here just to show this card one more time. Then we got the Yovani Rodriguez, 12 out of 15. International prospect there. Going to random that for everyone as well. Got that random here. Brandon on top, Marty on the bottom. Once again, same order shown on your screen. Going to roll the dice. Anything less than 4, we roll again. Got an 8, so we're good there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That one going over to Adam. Congrats on that one, Adam. Nice card there. All right. We get these verification codes pasted in our chat speedy quick, and then we will recap the cards. Congrats to all the hitters. Thank you, everybody, for hopping on. Always love breaking for y'all. Nice. All right, verification codes have been posted. Let's do this recap. We got that Yovani Rodriguez there out of 15 going over to Adam. We got the Ernie Banks 1 of 1 going over to the Chicago Cubs on the memorabilia. David Ortiz there going over to the Boston Red Sox out of 15 on the auto. Fergie Jenkins going over to the Cubs out of 15 as well. We got the Colt Emerson patch auto for the Mariners out of 20. Got the 10 out of 10 Javi Lopez auto there for the Baltimore Orioles. Got Luis Baez there for the Astros, 11 out of 20 on the patch auto. Got a Harry Ford there, 6 out of 20 for the Mariners on the patch auto. Got the Gunnar Henderson auto there for the Orioles on the dual patch, 5 out of 25. Got the Triple Crown, Triple Gem, Pedro Martinez, 9 out of 10 for the Boston Red Sox. And we got Jacob Gonzalez, 21 out of 25 for the White Sox. Congrats on those. That's going to do it for this break. Thank you, everybody, for hopping on with me.